Hey guys, it's Dusty, and yep, you're probably wondering what the heck's going on. Where's the episode? Well, I'm right here trying to edit the episode that me and Brad just recorded a little while ago. Got home, opened the laptop, and realized something went wrong. Our audio is gone. The camera picked up some audio, and thanks to AI, we brought in BJ Mandrill, if you know what I'm saying, to kind of see if we can salvage it. I apologize. This is not the audio quality we're used to, and it's definitely not the quality that you're used to. It is what it is. We can't re-record a 1 hour episode, and it definitely wouldn't be authentic. But this is kind of like when you're working on somebody's repair and everything starts going wrong, and here we are. We're making the best of it. I apologize. It is what it is. We'll make sure this don't happen again. Enjoy episode 44. Now my computer went blank. This is going to be a fun one. Have fun.
Well, good morning / afternoon, evening,
fortnight.
Bradford. How are you doing today?
Good, man. How you doing?
Man, it's been a while since I felt like it hasn't been that long, but
do you enjoy the lake?
Yes, I enjoy it. Well, yes. The short answer is yes. You know, it's just what we do every year. So it's fun.
You know, rich people.
But no. My in-laws got this lake house a long time ago.
Did they really? How long ago did they get it?
I don't know. It's been a while. Well, my father-in-law, his family has had places on that lake forever.
I didn't know that. No.
Oh yeah, since he was a kid, he'll point out to like me and my granddaddy built that house.
Dang.
Yeah, he's been like third generation on this lake.
Dang, that's crazy.
But I like it because our kids are at the age. Why are we doing this to start? This should have been
the answer.
It should have been the stuff. All right, we have a topic for today.
We do,
and we have a good topic.
It's a topic. It's a shopping.
So we were definitely not trying to figure this out late last night before we came in today. But man, July is crazy. July, we have a guest coming up in July, and we're going to pre-record a couple episodes to get ahead of it because July has turned into one of the busiest months of my life. We've added so much more stuff than we ever do. So we're making sure for the algorithm that we do not miss any. I'm looking at myself, but I should be looking.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I know, this is so weird.
Next
how about
time
just
we'll move the computer up.
I'll just pretend like I'm not looking. So we got to figure out like a little situation there. But July it's for us. It's a kind of slower. But I don't know if it's slower because we take so much random days off for the 4th and for vacations, or if it's a combination of the two, maybe.
I figure like when we're closed, people can't come in. So that makes it slow.
Yeah. But should we start off with shop
talk, where we talk shop, let's talk shop. Woo!
I feel like that's long enough. I never know. We really got to add that to the sound pad.
We're just guessing, y'all.
Shop Talk is convenient right now because before we recorded today, we came in, it's our Monday off. Well, we work on Monday, but the store's closed. And I think tomorrow when we come in, neither one of us are going to have more than a couple jobs to do at a time. So that tells you how the summer has been.
And we've just been closed. So and you weren't here on Thursday. So usually you would come in, it would be swamped, but we're not. We were busy, but not that busy.
Yeah, leading into the holiday weekend. But we've already, since we're closed on Mondays, we have been for a few months now, and we already had a couple people walk up to the door.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't stop them. They do not. And we were closed for an extended holiday weekend anyway, but we're always closed I shouldn't say always, but we have been always recently. It's on our Yelp page that we're closed, right? I can tell you that. But anyway, so Shop Talk.
You want to play it again?
Now, what I want to talk about, no, we're not doing it again. Oh, because I think my basket's looking pretty good.
As well.
Both of ours. Poor Ari, I think her basket I think she's busier than we are. I know her and Jake Fox will see this.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to circle back to this because we're going to talk about CAD in a little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to save that. But me and Brad's repair basket is looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But something happened while we were working before we started recording that I wanted to address. Because if we get plain wedding bands in, like most jewelers, we will stretch or shrink.
Yep.
And I swear, here lately, every plain wedding band that we get, someone has soldered it, and
Yep.
and it's not like when we heat it up, I could see it was sized up. It was sized down.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And it just, I don't understand because inevitably, so we had two brought in today. It was, I guess it was a husband and wife, and they both needed to go up like a half size. Easy stretching job, very easy. But one of them was not, but the ladies' version was sized down because there was one solder seam. And typically when we're just sizing down, like we charge less because we could just compress it and polish it up. And I know we're supposed to check. Before we give the price, but we don't. So
How are we supposed to check? How do people do that?
just heat it up. There's a seam will show up.
I mean, do you do that while the customer's
Yeah,
there?
yeah. Because
Okay.
yeah, we should be doing it. But here lately, because I don't want to charge full Geller to size it down if I'm just going to compress it and polish it up. But we really should be either checking or just charging full Geller.
Mm.
I don't know.
What about just giving them both well, not options, but what if we just said, where does that get to? Like, if you say like, hey, it's the same breaks, we have to charge you full price.
I don't mind doing that when it's going larger, but smaller.
And that's so weird that it would.
Just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Are we going to offend someone if we say, hey, if somebody brings you in a wedding band and it's just sized down, just compress it. Don't cut it, because the next jeweler will appreciate it.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you don't,
Because right now, I hate whoever worked on those rings before us.
yep,
It's like super annoying.
sure is.
But we should have checked. So
Mm.
who's worse, them or us?
Still,
Never us.
no. We
So-
perfect.
I guess that was our shop talk. Any interesting or bad or annoying repairs or anything you've been flooded with recently?
No.
Because you're going to elaborate.
I do have some washer repairs that are doing, but
We'll also get into that. So we started with shop talk. So let's just transition to what we actually planned on talking about today.
Okay.
And I don't really know how to do it, but we thought last night when we were texting, we said, hey, we should do an episode on all the things that we don't do.
in which I'm sure we've touched on these.
We've probably mentioned them all vaguely, but I wanted to go into here, like for our jewelry store, again, reminder I know a lot of people are repeat listeners, but it's primarily myself, and I, and also Brad and Ari.
Great.
There's like a team of 5. It's me, Brad, and we have a part-time girl, Ari, who we'll get to in just a minute as well.
Who's going to be on the podcast?
She will be on the podcast eventually.
Or she'll be fired. It's going to be a requirement.
You hear that, Ari? She tuned in on the live chat
Mm-hmm.
last time. By the way, we do a live chat usually on Fridays around 4:30. Unless there's a holiday weekend, we had to switch it up. It is a pre-recorded episode, but it premieres on YouTube, and sometimes there's 10 of us in there just goofing off and whatever. For right now, that's going to take place. Eventually, we'll do lives, but we're getting derailed from the subject. But we wanted to talk about all the things at our jewelry store, we're a small jewelry store, that we don't do. And we realized that there are jewelry store people who work in a jewelry store or own a store or work at a store who, did I repeat myself?
I don't know. This is why I hear wow.
And they might have a staff of 10 people with 2 or 3 bench jewelers. They might be 2-people team. It might be a 1-man team. And so the heart of this is not to tell you what to do or not to do. It's to explain our perspective, and then you can take this information and say, how does this apply to me, and how can I make myself happier and make my store more profitable?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Bingo.
So we thought for us, we will go over, like, these are all the things that customers call and say, hey, do you guys fill in the blank? And we go, hey, we actually don't do that. And some of the things, it's not that we say we don't do it, we just don't do it in-house. Well, we do most everything in-house as far as, at least when customers bring in stuff for repairs, 98% of the time we're doing it in-house. There's some specialty things that we send out. But we're going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Differentiate
Ooh.
between
Look at you.
what we just don't do
Yeah.
and what we outsource, and we'll explain.
Yep.
And you guys let us know in the comments, like, hey, as we go on through this, comments down here. We love that. We love it. It feeds the algorithm so more people will see it. But talk about in your store. Hey, we've started outsourcing this, or we started saying we just don't do this anymore. And let us know in the comments. All right. So what is the first item up that when people actually this one? Let's just talk about priority stringing. Let's just get right to it. So we don't say that we don't do it.
Well, there's pearl restringing and then like feed restringing.
Okay, so all right. So why don't you go into the differences?
So feed restringing would be more arts and crafts. It's usually not
like those
on the
stretchy
silks. Yeah,
stretchy
so they're on wire, or stretchy, and it's just not something we do. And we don't send it out, and we don't. The black light isn't to ours.
So could we do it, Brad?
Yes.
So there's
Do it without losing our bonds.
And so we used to, like, yeah, when we opened the store, I think when you are new to opening a jewelry store, you just want to say yes to everybody.
Yeah, and you kind of have to because you're trying to pay the rent.
Yeah. And so if somebody brought in a little stretchy cheek bracelet, that's, something that my daughter would wear, or we see them in all age types. And the string will break, I would just go to like a Michael's or a craft store or order online, like Amazon, the little stretchy stuff, and put all the little beads on and tie it up and call it a day. And then there was the kind that are on like that little steel cable that you kind of wire through and then crimp shut. So why do we tell people we don't do that?
Because the time it takes, it's not our specialty. It takes a lot of time, and we don't make a lot of money out of it because people spend a lot of money on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to explain to people. We only have so much time in a day, and when there's ring sizing and chain solders and custom orders to be assembled, for us to stop what we're doing and to restring a $20-$30 necklace or bracelet, it's just. And plus, I mean, honestly, I'm a little jaded because I just want to tell people like you can do it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, some people can. A lot of old people just do it. I get it. But like find, somebody that can. We're not it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's not that we cannot do it, and we have to be very clear to people when they ask. We say, hey, I'm sorry, we don't do this service. I get it, man. There's something about talk. It's like this microphone. It makes me hurt. But it's just
you just like suck air in, like in your mouth, like as you don't breathe normally.
I just suck me.
Well, doctor.
Yeah, it's just that specific thing. It's just something we just say, hey, we don't do that here. You can go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, go on Amazon, order all the stuff, and figure it out. Maybe you have a grandkid or a daughter or a son who wants to do it. It's time consuming. Inevitably they lose a bead or two, and then it's too small. Then it's a little too tight or something like that. And what are you going to charge them?
That's the problem. Yeah.
$15-$20. Let's just say it's $20.
Yeah, it's going to take an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't take that long in most cases, but it feels like you have to like stop everything and like go sit down. Like it feels like it takes an hour. To us, we just don't do it. I'm sure there are a lot of stores who say, "Oh yeah, we could do that," and they take it in, and it's a goodwill to the customer, and the customer eats it up. Not us.
And are those really going to be your good customers?
Yeah,
maybe they are. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I guess honestly, if it was a really good customer and they just needed a favor, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't know. But even still, I don't. Probably still not. Pastor of my church can be like, "Y'all do this for me," and I'm like, "No, I'm just kidding. I probably would do it." I'm good. I'd make Ari do it. Like, your time you learn some bead restringing. All right, now that is different than. That's a little different than pearl restringing.
And rats. That's people will actually pay for because it's worth it.
So I know everybody. I don't even know what Geller charges for pearl restringing. We should look it up. But in our area, for
I get the book out. You want me to get the book out?
I don't. Okay. I don't want to. I can see our old book right underneath this camera.
Yep.
But I'm not going to look it up. Yep. If you know what the Geller pricing for pearl restringing, let us know in the comments. If we don't follow that part there. Nope. My shoe just got hooks. So for us, we don't personally do it. I don't even want to learn how to do it because I think if I learn how to do it, I'll feel the pressure to do it in a pinch, and I just don't want to. For us specifically, before I even opened this shop at the old place, me and Brad both worked. There was a lady who would come every week or two and just pick up and drop them off. And I don't want to say too much because people will be like, I'm going to start sending even my pro restringings. We will not accept them. But she literally charges us $1 per inch to do it.
Dang.
Wholesale. So we just save up until we have, 4, 5, 6 of them, and I'll text her and say, hey, I got some restringings. Her or her husband will come pick them up.
Yep.
She'll restring them a week later, or if she's busy a little bit longer, we get it back. We just tell people 3 to 4 weeks because we might sit on it for a while. And it's just something that I have no interest in doing. For the same reason, it's just time consuming. But it's something we can outsource.
I don't know if he does this about it, Dustin, but I know how to. I know how to.
But how do I not know that?
Because I don't tell anybody. Because
you're telling the world right now.
Well, I'm also telling everybody I'm not touching them. And it's
but in a pinch, if you need somebody, Brad.
no, in a pinch, learn it yourself. No, I got one of those tools, the little you like loop it around and then poof, and then push the thing off, and then the knot comes on it. But it is, gosh, it's horrible. It's worse than water servicing.
Well, the lady that does it for us, she said she just does it while she's watching. I think she treats it like crochet. She just watching TV and just does it.
And see, I know there's different types, and that's like the cheat code is to do it the way with the tool. And I've seen people do them with like tweezers, and I think that's more like crocheting. But yeah, there are times like I would do it, and then you do like 3/4 of the necklace, and then it pops off of the tool wrong, and you're just like, well, crap, have to cut them all off,
start all over.
Yes,
our good friend Casey.
Mm-hmm.
She does it.
String pearls?
She does.
Oh. Does she have the tool, or
maybe she'll watch this in the next 6 months and get back to us.
Won't.
But I think her and some other people have been like, I can show you how to do it. I'm like, that's okay. I don't even want to know how to do it because now it's easier for me to be honest when I tell people, I don't know how to do restringing. Sorry, I send it off to this lady, so it's going to be 3 or 4 weeks. Well, I really need it for the wedding next weekend.
Yep.
I can't help you, but now I know Brad can help.
Casey can. We'll just send them that.
Well, we need it by this weekend, Brad, for the wedding.
Oh, well.
So you can do it.
Overnight shipping.
You should do it.
I'm pretty sure I threw my tool away.
Hey, so
Not going home and throwing it away.
Speaking of things that we threw away, because above all else, I'm an honest person.
If nothing else, he's honest.
If nothing else, I'm honest. So if I knew how to restring pearls, I would not be able to lie and tell people that I can't. But when I first opened, speaking of things you just randomly do, just because you can, hand stamping stuff was like
you were the man.
And people found out, like other jewelers would be like, hey, I'm going to send you some stuff to hand stamp. So I legit, after a year or so being open, like, because it was like the same thing, time consuming. It's like it's stamping on like aluminum and copper. I'm telling you, when you first open a store, you will do anything for money. But I legit threw away all the hand stamping stuff. Now I can just be sorry.
Yep. Yeah, I got rid of that.
There was even a time we did a project for somebody, and like 2 or 3 years later, they're like, I want another one made for like Mother's Day. I'm like, I literally cannot hand stamp anything for you. I'm not buying the tools.
Nope.
And I felt bad, but at the same time, I don't feel bad because
so bad for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. You can order all the stuff and try it yourself though.
Yep.
Man, it was but it legit just threw it away that way because I knew if I kept it, I'd be like, I'll just do this.
I can do it. Yep.
I'll just do this as one time, and then it'll be that same repeat customer like every 3 years that has a new grandkid. Oh, all right, we moved on, right?
Yes.
All right. So the other thing that we get a phone calls all the time, and this is something we just say we don't do it, and that's appraisals.
Yep, we don't.
We get these phone calls, which I'm sure every jewelry store does. Hey, you guys do appraisals? First off, when people call and ask that question, 50-50 chance that they actually don't want an appraisal. They want to sell gold, or they want to see if something's real, or something like that.
Yeah,
but
they don't want an official appraisal that's typed up and that they pay for.
But in the event that someone actually really does want an appraisal, we just say, I'm so sorry, we don't do appraisals. Now, I will give the caveat to what if we do a custom ring where we supply everything, all the diamonds, center, accent, everything. I don't mind doing an appraisal then because I know exactly what I'm doing. Now, there's a couple reasons we don't. There's a couple reasons we say we don't do appraisals. One, I think if you want to do an appraisal appropriately and correctly, you should probably have some type of schooling for that and education for that.
Yeah, I would say so.
Neither of us went to GIA to get our GG or anything like that. To me, I've never had a desire to do that.
No.
Now, part-time girl Ari, she's expressing some interest in this, so this might be something that we walk down. And I told her that this would be a good opportunity for extra money for her because I would treat that more of like a wholesale account and just say, hey, I have an appraisal for you, and she kind of does it on her own time outside of work.
Yeah.
But that's a future thing. So that's one of the reasons. Yes, if you do this long enough, you can probably get pretty close on the color and clarity of diamonds and do the research.
Yeah.
But the main reason I say no is because I hate with a passion doing them. And I know there's people that enjoy it, but I am not one of them.
What do you dislike about them?
Everything. There's nothing I like about it. It's just another interruption of my life and day. If I'm in the groove of soldering or repairing, setting stones, helping customers, and to know I have to sit down time to measure stones, to do math, to type everything up. Like, I hate it. I don't know why. I just hate it.
That makes sense.
Your wife used to do appraisal. Did she like it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, she might have. That's kind of her thing.
You know who? Speaking of, we mentioned Casey already. She is a GG and also doesn't do appraisals.
What did she do it for then?
Well, I mean, I'm sure the only reason people don't get their GG just so they can do appraisals.
Why else do they do it?
I don't know, to be the expert in their store when it comes to all things gemology and diamonds.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we know just enough to get ourselves in and out of trouble, but we're no experts by any means. I just hate doing them. I don't really. I feel like I should explore this a little bit, but there is no part of me that has any interest ever in doing appraisals.
Why? That amazes me that Casey does it. Has she ever told you why she doesn't do it?
Probably the same reason that I don't just hate doing it. Like, even when, let's just say there's an instance, which we'll get to. Let's just say we had Jake Fox do a ring from start to finish. And sometimes that happens, which we'll get to, just from start to finish. CAD, casting, stone setting, just send me the finished job.
Yep.
And then he'll even send me like, hey, here's let's just say it's a 3-carat lab grown. Here's the report for it. Here's the weight of all the melee. And I have everything at my disposal. I hate
just
doing
typing up. Just
to have to sit there and walk over to the computer and type up an appraisal. Because part of me just thinks appraisals are stupid, and I know they're important. I know people need them, but I hate it. I
just see it. Yep.
I wonder if I can start asking Jake, like, hey, before you ship this, can you type up an appraisal?
Does he do appraisals?
I'm sure he does.
Okay.
I don't know. He's smart.
He
probably
smart.
Does.
He probably has he can probably just talk to the computer and then
AI does it. No, I think we're getting there. I mean, there are programs I think where you can like plug in the stuff and it'll kind of do it for you, but you probably have to buy into it. Maybe we'll get a sponsor with one of those companies.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That would be so annoying. I would never, guys. I promise you right now. I'm not gonna do that to you.
Don't promise.
I promise. If somebody came and said, "Hey, well, I guess if they offered a lot of money." The way we could spin it is like, hey, you hate doing appraisals? We do. Well, here's a word from our sponsor. Okay, never say never.
Right, exactly.
But I don't want to pay for the service to even have it sped up. I just don't want to do it. So again, in your store, if you have a GG there or you have someone that loves it, I think is a great money maker for the store. Yep. I don't even know what the going rate is for appraisals. I feel like it's like 100 to 200, maybe. But And I feel like most of the time, so 50% of the time when people ask, do you do appraisals? They're truly only asking if you do an actual written appraisal. And then I want to say 50% of that 50%, do we? Oh, we're so good. 50% of that 50%, I feel like what they have is not even worth appraising.
Yep. And so
it's just a lot of conversations, a lot of words, a lot of typing, and I just don't care for it.
And customers have two pushbacks usually. One, that it costs 150, 200, whatever it is now. And they might have like six pieces
Or 7.
6 or 7. The other thing that people complain about is if they just want to pay more in insurance, and they get real mad if the thing that was appraised 20 years ago is now just $500 more than it was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
For some reason. We're stationary there.
I think we should just keep pressing because it'll still record even if it freezes up on it.
Okay.
As far as I know.
No, we're trying something new.
Yeah. The pushback is, why did it appraise for that much, or why did it appraise for that little?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like there's no winning.
No.
If you're somebody that loves appraisals, love doing them, and love talking about it, to me it sounds painful. But if that's you, let me know in the comments.
Yeah, we might have you on. You can try to
convince us that it's cool and it's fun to do appraisals.
It's not.
So again, that is something that we don't do. And as a store, if you have a way to do that, you have somebody on staff who can do that in their time, and they have the freedom to do that and they enjoy doing it, I think that's fantastic.
Me too.
But if you're a smaller store and it sounds dreadful and it sounds time consuming and you're busy and you're short staffed, just say you don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to get to a place where and I think some stores do this, if they have someone locally, that there's some people I know that they just do appraisals for jewelry stores. And I wouldn't be opposed to that if there was someone local who did a good job that we could trust and say, hey, and maybe in your store you say, hey, the second Thursday of every month we have Gigi here who sits down and does appraisals. You can schedule appointments for them to sit down, and
they were born to be a appraiser. What was the name? GC.
If your name is Gigi and you have your Gigi, let us know in the comments.
We want to talk to you.
Oh, I would like to actually thought that would be interesting. Somebody's gonna be like, well, my name is George Garrison and I go by GG. There's a George Garrison out there. It's a rabbit hole. All right, so appraisals.
Yeah.
We don't do them.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah.
Because we hate it.
Yeah.
And you know what? While we're on this topic, anything in your jewelry store that you don't want to do is perfectly acceptable to tell clients, we don't do that. And don't explain it. Just say, oh, I'm so sorry, we don't do that. And then just stare at them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you give them an inch, they will take it.
Oh, well, what about this? Can you do this?
Yep. And because the longer we're 10 years into the store being open, and the longer I do it, I'm getting a lot better at saying, like, yeah, we don't do that. Oh, well, can't you just? Yeah, I could just, but I'm not going to. That's not something we do. We're really busy with repairs and custom work. And so that's just not something that we have time for.
Yeah.
Well, it's how you used to do. Yeah. Don't know what to tell you.
Somebody's taking this straight to heart, and they're just like, oh, I don't like to do chain soldering, so I'm not going to do that.
Well, hollow
rings.
Hollow chain repairs. We do them.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
And a lot of people don't.
Yep.
And if you're somebody that's like, oh, I don't touch them, I get it, because honestly, sometimes I'm like, we should stop doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I just think as jewelry stores, whether you're a staff or an owner or a bench seller, we have to be okay with just saying no to stuff.
Yep.
And I don't know what it is about this industry that just makes us not want to say no. But man, we got to get past it.
Yep.
All right, Brad. The next one on the list is your favorite, servicing watches.
Mm.
Yeah. Now, why don't you break it down to what we do and what we don't do?
So we do batteries. We do link removal. We do crystals. If they're round. If they're any other shape, we don't do them. Stem and crowns occasionally. And movements. But I'm starting to hate movements as well. and it's more like you were saying of just like, okay, I got to stop what I'm doing. I got to get everything situated, order the parts, and does it take a long time? No, but it's just the stopping what I know is productive and profitable and doing something that is just not that great.
Now, I will say, which I think we're getting better at when we do take in a watch for just for the movement replacement, I think we just got to keep praising the price.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Eventually. No.
I think I don't know who it is. I'm not speaking high or low of them. I just know there's somebody that occasionally advertises on JHJ about, doing wholesale watch repair, and they give like a price list. And the wholesale price list that they're charging is like sometimes very close to what we charge retail.
No, shoot.
And so it is a sign of the times that I think all jewelers, again, another thing we struggle with is raising prices. I'm not saying just across the board, sweeping raise prices, but there's some things we don't raise the price on for a long time.
Yeah.
But things, especially if you hate doing it and it's a pain in the butt to do it and you don't want to do it, just at minimum, raise the price to where most people are saying, I don't really want to. I don't want to get that movement replaced on the Fossil watch for, $125.
Yep.
Where in the past we might have, back in the day, charged $50 and then $75 depending on the movement.
Yep.
And now I just think we need to be if we're gonna do it, we need to be able to make that $100 and
it's like
30 minutes.
Yeah, it's like batteries. I mean, we got tired of stopping what we're doing to do batteries, so we just raised the price to where it's less annoying. I mean, we're
Less
gonna have
annoying.
to keep going, obviously, because we will still bring them in.
And there's stores that just don't do watch batteries.
Yep.
And again, I get it. I think Jake Fox has said or does, or maybe he was talking hypothetical, or maybe he just doesn't do it. It's just like, yeah, we don't do watch batteries. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm shocked at clients that come into a jewelry store and just think that we can do like 40 different things well.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, can you engrave, fix my clock, fix my watch? Can you fix my chain? Can you do a custom job? Can you do this appraisal? Can you fix my iPhone screen? And it's like the list goes on and on. I'm like, okay.
Yep.
And we try to explain to people in the jewelry industry, there's lots of facets to focus on.
Yep.
And there are people who are like, man, I love to hand engrave. I love to do some watch repairs, and I can dabble in some clocks. That's fantastic. Do it. But I think we have to normalize letting customers know that we can't do everything.
Yes.
Like, oh, I got these rocks I found with gem mining. Can you cut them and set them? It's like, okay, I can set them, but I don't cut stones.
Yep.
And there might be a guy out there somewhere who's like, oh, I can cut stones and hand fabricate jewelry, and he loves doing that. That's fine. That's awesome. Do you? But I can't, have a laser engraver, hand engrave, make, cast, CAD, cut stones. Like, it's just, I think it's cool when you can, but we can't do it all.
Yep. And going back to watch batteries, I understand Jake's point, because when you take in a watch battery, there's times, it doesn't happen to us much anymore, but you could bring a stem, you could bring a crystal.
Yep.
You can have people, well, this was working just fine, and then you're in and up having to replace a movement. And if you don't have some resource to do that, like, that's a good opportunity to stop doing batteries. Because if you're not willing to say, like, okay, I know this guy down the street, or I can ship this off, have this done, or I do it myself, then you probably don't need to do watch batteries.
Yep.
You're just going to end up frustrating customers and yourself.
Yep. People ask us there's honestly a slew of things under the watch category that we tell people, like when they come in, it's like, hey, as soon as we flip it over and see it's an automatic or vintage wind-up watch, we just say, hey, we don't do those.
Yep.
Because now in our area, and even it's just hard for us I don't even know who to recommend anymore.
And that's a great place to be too, is because before we really have to push, like, okay, but you can take it to this guy, or you can get it over here. And then people would be like, oh, well, I've been to him and he's not any good. So now we're just like, I really don't. Let us know if you know of anybody.
And there's other stuff too. It's like, they bring you like a two-tone watch, or a watch that's, brushed and high shine, and it's like, oh, can you polish this up? We just say no. It's not that we can't do it. It's not that we don't know how to do it.
Yep.
It's just not worth it for us because people think, can you just throw it on there and shine it real quick when they've got, it's shiny down the middle and polished,
right,
and satin on the side, and it's stainless steel. And I'm like, no, we're just not going to do it.
Right. Yeah.
Has nothing to do with not being able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Has everything to do with it's too time consuming.
Yep.
We don't want to do it.
Yep.
And if we charge the way we charge for jewelry repairs to polish a watch, people would, oh, I can't believe those guys, they charge that much just to polish my watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier in some cases, instead of saying this high price, to just say, oh, we don't do that.
Yep.
I feel like that is the case sometimes on why we don't do certain things, because it's like if we just say a high price to get them to say no, then we're worried they're just going to go tell all their friends, well, don't go to that place because they charge overcharge on everything. I don't want that reputation either. Right. It's just easier to say no.
But a two-tone stainless steel bracelet or for a watch, I mean, probably $500 is a fair price to do it. For us to stop what we're doing, put the wheels on that for that, change everything up.
And they're gonna be like, man, I just only paid $400 for this citizen.
Exactly. And like, it's gonna be the same result. They're gonna say no. So we might as well just say, we'll do it.
Yeah, you can make up a high price and hear them say no, or you can just say, we don't do that.
Nope.
All right. This one transitions right into clocks. I don't know a single jewelry store that does clock repair anymore.
Oh, I do.
I'll do it.
We're watching clock.
He's gonna hate us. You know what's funny is, so I've mentioned this before, but my wife's grandfather was a watchmaker in our area for 60 years, and even he knew how to repair clocks. He knew how. He was trained to do it.
Yep.
And I think after like 10 years, up to 60, he was like, yeah, I don't do clock repair anymore.
This is horrible.
And it was probably the same reason. It's just a pain in the butt, and then you get it running perfectly. I can speak of some of this experience because of the place we worked in the past. There was a couple guys that would do clock repairs that worked with us or for us or whatever. And it's just, you get it perfect and everything's perfect. You take it to their house and then they want to screw around with it or adjust stuff or clean it themselves or falls off the shelf or the wall. And that was kind of a joke. Obviously, we don't do clock repair and no jeweler shit.
Yeah, I remember back then the walls were just covered with clocks because people would leave them and not pick them up or whatever. And it was just like, do y'all sell clocks? No, this is all this people's crap.
One step further, even the clocks that are the little battery operated ones with the little thing on the back that you can easily order and change out yourself. I've done it a million times, but I refuse to do them anymore. And I feel bad because the little old women and old men come in and it's just, and I'm just like, we don't do it.
It's along the same lines of the bead restraining. Yeah. Like it's one of those things you can't do yourself if you're capable. If not, it's not something we're going to do.
With YouTube and AI, figure it out. We got to start training people that there's some things you can just do yourself.
Or your friend, child can't take care of it.
One of the next ones, which we've teased with Ari and Jake talk. Jake gets a lot of airtime on here.
He does. He needs to start paying us.
He's probably going to be like, why would I pay you guys for more customers when I want less clients?
Oh, well, you can pay us to stop talking about it.
Oh, we should start putting his email. Put his email right
here. So yeah.
Just kidding, Jake. We love you. So this goes into this would have been fun if you were part of this conversation. It could probably be a more detailed conversation, but obviously, if you've been paying attention to us for any of the time, you know that neither of us or Ari do CAD, and we don't cast in house. I'll start with the casting. We have a very, very tiny shop. Like I'm sitting in the shop, and it's standing room only. Even if I really knew how and wanted to cast, I don't have the space for it. We simply don't. Now, if we move someday and I get really curious, fine. Which is why I've never even learned, because people are like, well, it sounds kind of lame that I don't even know how to cast, but I've never had to. Never had the space. And honestly, I don't really have a strong desire to learn. But I have some friends that do, thankfully.
Yep.
But so casting is, for one, we just don't have the space. Even if I really wanted to, even if I knew how, I probably still wouldn't do it, because whether you have a buddy in the business who can do your casting for you, or if you use some of the big casting houses that do a great job, to me it just makes way more sense to outsource that.
Yep.
And I know there's stores that they do all the, maybe they'll do the CAD in house, but then the casting house will do the casting and then they receive it. So when I'm working with a couple of different friends in the business, or even Jake Fox, depending on the job, sometimes I'll say, hey, just, CAD, cast it and then ship it to me. They call it the clip and ship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do all the finishing here. If we're really busy, then I'll say, hey, can you set, the hidden halo for me? So I don't have to do it. And then sometimes I'm like, hey, can you just do this whole job, because we're crazy busy right now, and I adjust the times accordingly. So that's for the casting part. So even if I learned how to do CAD tomorrow, I would probably still outsource casting. Again, if you are a store like Monarch Jewelers, or we have some friends, Mike and Elise up in Virginia. We got our buddy Mac who's been on the show down in Walterboro. They are fully capable of casting. They have the space to do it, and they can do all this stuff in house. I think it's awesome for them. It's just not for me. And I think as a jewelry store, you have to figure out, what are the things that we can do and do well, and what are some things that we can actually unload this and put it off on another company or another person, and free up my time to focus on other stuff.
I think casting is one of. It seems easy. It sounds easy. I think people think they can get into it very easily, just because it seems simple. But to be really good at casting, it takes a while, and it takes a lot of money, and it's not.
Yeah, you gotta have the right equipment.
Yep.
And the right ratios and formula and weights, and there is an exact science to it, which is probably why I don't like it. It's kind of like baking to me. It's like I would like to go out to the grill and grill something up or put something in the oven, but to like bake a cake, because everything is precise and there's more of a science to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how I'm wired.
Mm-hmm. Which I would love that.
Yes, maybe you should get into casting. CAD is the other one. Me and Jacob had so many conversations about this, because you see it all the time on all the forums. It's like, hey, I want to learn how to do CAD. How do I get started?
Mm-hmm.
And Jake sometimes comes across as maybe a bit pessimistic, but I think he's more of a realist, in the sense of, okay, are you really prepared to do all that it takes to become good and efficient at CAD?
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you have a store, like we mentioned Mac, he has his son in-house, who he has the freedom to kind of like send him to a couple schools or a couple programs, and gives him the time to kind of learn. And I think that's great. We don't have that luxury, and that's okay. Again, I've never really had a desire to learn CAD.
Mm-hmm.
But if Brad or Ari were like, I really want to do this, and they were committed, I know you don't. I would be open to that. And so what I have figured out is, I started doing the math. Like, let's just say I really wanted to get into CAD. Let's say I want to get into casting, both. I have to, you have to have a computer that can support the program. You have to buy the program and the licensing. You have to spend probably thousands of hours to actually get good at it. I'm not saying within a few hours you couldn't do like the basic stuff. I get that. But to really get good at it, it's so much time and money.
Yep.
And I'm not dissuading anybody from doing that, because we need good CAD artists who know what they're doing, who can design jewelry that's actually meant to last, which is why there's people like Jake that we, speak so highly of, because he's done it so long and he's so fast and efficient at it. He actually saves me money by doing the CAD for us. And like I said, there's times when I say, hey, just clip and ship that casting and let me do all the work if I have the freedom to do it. And I know if we have too many custom jobs lined up and one of them's too detailed, there's too many stones, or I'm going to be on vacation, then there's different levels that we can kind of to help keep our business moving, because there's nothing worse than just overpromising stuff and not being able to deliver.
Yeah. I think if you're going to get into CAD, just treat it like any other job. Like, okay, I'm not going to be great at this for 2 to 3 years. And I'm going to have to build a foundation. And I'm going to have to go slow. It's not something that you learn a program and in 6 weeks, you're doing every type of CAD possible.
Now, you said something. This is it's not a sponsorship or anything like that, but I've mentioned that Discord for bench toolers.
Yep.
I've been trying to put the link in this video where you're watching
Right
it.
there.
I'll put the link somewhere in the description.
Right.
But there is one of the categories in there, and that's why it's not a paid sponsorship, because I don't remember all the names, but there is a school there, or a link to a school, or a guy who does like training for CAD, and apparently it's pretty awesome. And I know
Nice.
I know Stellar does it. I know New Approach. Like, there's so many, you could learn a lot on YouTube. So I think if that's something you're interested in, I think you should go for it. I think you just have to have a proper perspective of, it's going to take a lot of time and money to get really good at this, and to make it quick and good. But if you know some guys, or you know some gals who are good at this, or even there's a lot of companies out there now that offer, CAD and casting and all that kind of stuff. I don't judge stores when they're like, hey, we outsource all of our custom jewelry. And then there's stores who we do 100% of it in-house.
Yep.
And then we're kind of in the middle, kind of figuring it out. But you have to do what's best. I think that's the whole point of this episode. Is we're just explaining what we do and why we do it, but it's not how you should do it.
Right.
For some of you watching, it's going to be, hey, we can do way more than what they're doing. And for some of it, it's like, we can't even do that extent. Because I started seeing on some of the, I don't know if it was Discord groups or JHJ or bench jeweler groups, but as time goes on, people are having a hard time finding bench jewelers. And I saw a post, I'm paraphrasing, it's basically like, we've always had an in-house jeweler, but now he's since retired for whatever reason, gotten too old to do it. And so they're trying to figure out, okay, well, now we're shipping out repairs. And there's it's as time goes on, this is the reality we're going to have to get better at. I think there's not as many stores as we think who are doing everything.
Right.
We're fortunate enough to know a few that do everything, and I think that's awesome. But also we figured out, like, hey, that's not for us, at least not in this season.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And I think some people can stretch themselves too thin trying to be everything, just so they can say, oh yeah, we do everything in-house, and their quality suffers because of it, instead of just taking a measured approach.
Yeah, if you have been doing CAD for 5 years and have it dialed in the casting process, hey, just send your CAD out to a casting house and let them do it, and when you get it back, you can just finish it. Or, hey, I can do all the casting and I love it, I just never learned CAD. Okay, well, find you an awesome CAD guy, send the file, you print it, you cast it. Like, there's so many variations, which is, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. This is why I get sometimes so frustrated with the comments and JHJ when people ask questions, because everyone acts like there's a one answer that fits all.
Right.
And we're here, in our opinion, to say that that's not the case.
The one answer is there's not an answer.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's not, like, what we do. Some of you might go, I can't believe they don't do some of that stuff. And for others, they're thinking, man, like, I feel so like behind because I can't do all that stuff. And then there's a few people that are, just like us. And there's every variation of it in between. And I think that's perfectly fine.
Yep.
At the end of the day, we're all just trying to do our best, and we don't want to, I don't know about everybody else, but I don't want to go home stressed out, irritated, or I don't want to live at work and feel like I have to come in early and stay late every single day. There's a measure to working hard that I enjoy, but I just don't want to be consumed with work.
Yeah, working hard is different than stressing over things. Yeah.
I said I was gonna mention Ari because we were doing shop talk, and she's been she's
our
so
designated designer now, right?
The reason we want her to be on here is because she's been at this for a little over a year, but then she missed some time with the birth of their first child. And so I've always said it takes about a year to kind of start getting like comfortable with talking to customers and being able to answer questions. You kind of know a little bit, but you don't know everything, but you know enough, more than the customer coming in. And so she's just started. We got to get her in here. I'm just teasing it because now when you watch this, we got to get her in there. I'd be curious to see her perspective on what it's like coming into the jewelry industry with no experience. And then in the last month, we've been really pushing her to like, hey, you email the CAD guy and you give the instructions, and then they're getting feedback. And I'm kind of prying in on the emails to make sure, she's not, leaving stuff out or taking shortcuts or doing too much, which Ari's don't. She'd be doing too much. She's the sweetest person on the planet.
Yes.
Which is sometimes a hindrance in this business.
It sure is.
If you're too sweet, you got to be straight to the point, Ari.
But she's gone from asking us everything, literally, like every take in, like what's this, how much is it, to now like she will set appointments for custom designs. They come in,
We're in a good spot now.
and she handles it from top to bottom. And so Leslie's gonna have to start paying her more.
This is Ari most of the day now.
Yeah.
She get that experience of like, you get all the information that the customer gave you for exactly what they want. And then she sends that email, and then we get, Jake sends us a CAD back, and then they're like, oh, well, actually, and then they have changed it because he got it to us faster than we thought. It's like,
Yep.
like, welcome to this industry.
Yes.
Welcome to the jewelry industry. So, and my mate come here and have BJ Manuel.
Did you see that he was at Taylor's wedding?
That's the rumor.
Supposedly.
A couple people said it was not real, but it looked real.
I mean,
who knows what's real anymore? Are we real?
I don't know. I just know I saw a picture of him at that wedding.
The last thing that I wanted to talk about that we don't do is engraving. Now, you're probably thinking we're not like Ron. I actually think I would kind of like to learn hand engraving, but I just don't have time. But what I would like to do is like own a laser engraver, and it's a little bit of a space issue, but mostly what I think, Brad, I wanted to mention laser engraving because if some company wants to send us one for free so that we can review it, I'm trying to get I'm joking. But I am going to plug that Discord group again. Let me pull it. I could have just pulled up my phone right here.
Yeah.
So if you were interested in the CAD stuff, CG Nouveau CAD Academy. If you join I have a special link just for people who listen to Bench Chiller Memes. If you click that link, then the guy who runs it, Kevin, will know that you came from us. But there is a section there.
Do we get paid for that?
No, we do not.
Oh.
But I'm going to have Kevin on one day because I think he would be a cool guy.
Yeah.
But also there is another section. So there's kind of like in the Discord, there is a section called discounts and sponsors. And so they'll do some giveaways, and there's the CG Nouveau CAD Academy. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But there's another section there for unified lasers. And this is our, I've never met him, but we have talked. Tom Greenless, I believe is his name. If I said that wrong, I'm sorry. But he's in that group, and I think there's some special pricing in there if you're part of the group. And also, Guess One is in here as they get a little discount for using them. We're working on something.
Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah. Wait.
We're working on something. We're working on something. Brad, why would you do that? Why would you do that? But also in that discounts and sponsor is a little Bench Chiller Memes. And Kevin said, I just wanted to give you your own little channel there. I forgot that I asked last night, hey, did anybody got any show topic ideas? And I didn't stick around to wait to see their answers. I thought this is still recording.
Oh, so too.
All right.
Store hacked in.
They're like, oh, we shutting that down.
Yeah.
But man, it's a good little thing. I know it's weird that I'm plugging something that has nothing to do with me, but I genuinely think that it's a pretty cool thing that it started. We're going to get Brad on there. I've already tried to get Drew Hadley on there. I'm trying to get Jake on there. I do think if you're new to the business or not new, or maybe you're experienced and you have some expertise to share, I think you should join the Discord. It's pretty fun.
As long as you're not a jerk. Can't be a jerk in there.
Can't be a jerk in there.
Nobody wants that.
But yeah, so we have some episodes coming up. I know we teased it, but I do believe we're going to have Adam Kaysen from Guess One / CISMA on very soon this month, the month of July. We might have Kevin on from the Discord group. We're going to try to get Ari in here.
Yes.
And so I think having a guest kind of breaks up sometimes when we just get to rambling. By the way, if you listen to this far, someone said that we were boring, and if you think that, I am so sorry. But they did circle back.
They clarified. It was just Dusty that's boring.
And I will own it. Oh, you know what you're supposed to do? Buy me a coffees. If you listen this far, congrats, because most people don't. But there is the only way to support our show, because we've joked about people sending us laser engravers or sponsoring it. Maybe if you're an appraisal company and you want to, I'm just joking. We've gotten people who reach out and are like, hey, I would love to be on your show because this is what my business offers and I don't know how much you charge. We honestly say no to almost all of that because we want to be true to ourselves. Which is why a company like Seller, who we love, would probably never, sponsor anything like this, which we're okay with. They have a business to run, and so do we. But Buy Me a Coffee is the only way to support the show, what we're doing here. We've actually upgraded lights, cameras, computer, microphones, all because of the listeners of this show have just sent in $5, $20, $100. So for that, we're actually very grateful for that. We appreciate it. And because it's been a few weeks since we read Buy Me a Coffee, maybe that's why we don't have very many to read.
Oh, because what do we do when people buy us a coffee?
We read it. No matter what.
You gotta say.
Whatever you got to say. I think the last one we read was we had mentioned Dahlia, and she just sent us $10 and said, I'm a girl.
Yeah,
I read that.
I thought you were like, Dahlia, I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. I'm not gonna be an idiot. Gosh.
So there's only 2 to read.
Okay.
One is from a Donna.
Donna,
I
don't know if that's a man or a woman.
Donna, thank you. She sent us $10 and said, thank you for the laughs.
Hey, you're welcome. I assume she's talking to me.
Probably. All right. And now the next one is from Michelle. She also sent us $10. Michelle here just wanted to give a shout out to my local jeweler, Johnson Jewelers of Woodbury, Minnesota, who I got hooked on the potty. Thanks for being awesome jewelers.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a little bit
Shout
confusing because it said just want to give a shout out to my local jeweler,
Mm-hmm.
Johnson Jewelers,
Mm-hmm.
and she got them hooked on the potty. And by potty we mean podcast.
So they got her.
No, it sounds like
them.
Sounds like, yeah, it sounds like she got them hooked on the potty.
Dang. It's like crap.
What we really want to do is,
Said the guy.
it sounds like we're asking for money, but I actually really do enjoy reading these because people type, if you listen in the past episodes, people type some hilarious stuff and we will always read it.
Yep.
No matter what. We even had Pepe Tools send us like 10 or $15 and we read it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's very cheap sponsorship.
Yeah.
But
not ever had Stoller do that. It was weird.
They did send us a big box of dum-dums though.
They did.
Mystery dum-dums.
Yeah. Called them out on that, didn't we? Yeah.
We love everybody here.
Too.
To clarify,
We're just picking. We're just picking and agreeing.
if we don't, I think we said it before. If we picking, we hauling.
If we picking, we love
You
it.
can tell we have nothing else to say. We are just feeling. But we're actually excited to do a full length episode once again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was an interesting topic. If you have topic ideas, first off, that's placed in the comments of the YouTube video. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to podcasts, we think that's awesome. If you could just switch over to YouTube, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch
We're
it.
awesomer.
You could just go and hit that subscribe button because the last time I checked before recording, we are like 1 or 2 people away from hitting 300 subscribers.
Mm.
And we need to get to 500 as soon as possible so that we can tap into some of the monetary perks of YouTube. We'll get more of that later. I think
but also to do different things with YouTube as well.
Yes.
Like, I'm pretty sure like the live stuff, we have to have a certain amount of.
Yeah, we really want to do some live stuff. When our schedule allows, we might do some. Just follow us where you can. Stay tuned. We try to do a really good job of keeping everybody up to date on what's going on, what's changing, what we're doing. If you have show topic ideas, you can email them at. I don't want to turn on this one, Paul. I got to turn that on. There might be some emails to read, but we're not going to do it.
Oh, thanks. So.
So send us an email. Sometimes people send us show topic ideas, and I think they're really great, but it's like a 4-minute conversation, or it's just asking our opinion on it. And so maybe one day we'll just accumulate all those little quick topics and plow through them.
Yep.
It's hard to, talk for 45 minutes on like, I don't know. Do you prefer claw prongs or just the regular ones? It's like claws. All right, get next. I don't have a preference. I don't really have a preference, to be honest. I like all prongs.
What's that?
As long as they're not worn down like your bald tires.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Brad's bald head.
Gotta top them off.
All right, are we done?
We're done.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for sharing. Keep doing those things, because if y'all stop, then we won't record another episode. Well, thanks for listening to episode 44. If you have any questions, comments, let us know, and we'll see you on the next episode. See you later, Brad. Bye.
Well, that's another one done. Time to pack it in. Brad and Dusty signing off with a tired grin. Got stones to set and prongs to fix before we're through. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll complain to you next week too. Back to the bench. Back to the bench. Where the size and jobs are endless and the deadlines make you clench. We'll be right here, torch in hand, two guys trying to understand why every ring's an heirloom and every rush job's planned. Back to the bench. See you next week.
Man, hey, look at you over there.
I got a big boy seat. And I'm wearing my big boy pants.
All right, so quick check. How is your mic?
Fantastic.
How's your ears?
Good.
How's your headphones?
Oh, they're good too.
Oh, I just want to see how your ears would do, and
How do you English?
trying to figure out if I want to sit like straddle this thing. We gonna leave that in there, or probably not. We'll probably take that out.
No, we're going to keep it in there.
Or do I want to sit more comfortably like this?
I don't know. That's up to you, Dusty. You're like the customers that are like, I don't know. Do you think I should wear it like this or like this? This is too tight.
All right, I just is this centered? Is this centered? That's good, right?
Yeah.
You're a little far back, but it's okay.
It's good.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Well, it's cool that we can see each other, though. Well, we don't have to, but if we want to.
Yeah. Also, we're not going to be looking at the camera, though, because we're looking down here, which is where our monitor is.
We should put the computer up above it.
Yeah, you should.
I can, actually.
Can you do it?
No, I can't raise it up, but I can get... Oh, my God. Can get it closer, at least. Oh, I just moved the camera, didn't I?
Sure did.
Oh. God, look at that. We got to clean that back room.
Yeah, nasty.
All right, I think we're... I think we're good now. This is good. We're looking in the vicinity.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's talk about... Man, July is...
If I had good posture, this is all, but I don't.
This is good that our heads are kind of the same.
It's good.
There's a wall here in case anybody was curious. I don't even know what episode this is. I think we discussed it was 44. Yes, this is 44. What are we doing? Are we ready?
I'm ready.
We didn't really do a lot of pre-show banter this time.
Yeah.
Since nobody can see my thighs.
No, them short shorts.
I got a tan. I got a tan all the way to like here.
know. Look at you, all freaking, all skinned,
Between the beach and the lake in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Is it you stayed at the lake or his old wife?
This guy. How's your lighting? Does your face look pretty?
Looks fantastic.
We gotta figure out something.
Right.
We gotta cover up that TV behind you one day.
Right.
That's where we should just put like a drape over it that says Ben Stiller memes.
Mm-hmm.
We're back in front of the sign.
Finally.
Oh, also I realized now you can kind of see our security camera back there. That was fine.
Oh, okay. These people were kind of freaking.
All right, just so you know, we only have like 2 buy me a coffees to read, and it's been like what 3 weeks, and we've got 2, so we really need to harp on that one.
We go hard.
All right, let me see. Turn off my do not disturb.
Do not disturb me.
I got an email about our business license that has already been renewed, but it's saying it all happened.
Ugh.
All right, let's see here. Are we ready? Do we know what we're talking about? What's the approach we're going to take with this? How are we going to lead in?
Oh, no. We're just going to,
Because we said we were going to sell it like how? Like there's stuff we don't do, but here's the why. And we need to sell it in a sense of,
like, don't think you have to do everything.
Yeah.
Because that's stupid.
what's a good, it's going to be a good episode title for this.
That's what AI does. Oh, they don't do that.
All right. Are we just going to do it because we wasted enough time?
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. I will clap because that'll help me know where to stop and put this towards the end. And we found out from Mike and Elise that when we put this at the end and clap, it just rolls right into the next episode, that's how you should listen to these. Or you should listen to them every week till they come out instead of waiting a month and a half.
Yep.
Whatever floats your boat. All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm not ready, and I don't know why. I'm gonna get my coffee too. Did I move it again?
You better not. Get my water.
All right, you got what? I got coffee and water. I'm Clark Brooks mug. I wonder if the people listen to this far know that that's a Garth Brooks.
David knows. It's his birthday.
We're recording this on his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
This is your birthday present.
take it just for you.
You're welcome.
All right, are we ready?
Ready.
All right, 3. They're so low. 2, 1.